All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're tackling a massive topic, skills over degrees. We're going to unpack a really deep and honestly kind of shocking analysis of the modern job market. Because look, if you've ever felt like the traditional academic path, the one we've all been told is the absolute guaranteed key to success, is somehow failing a ton of people right now, well, you're not alone. The data actually backs you up completely. So today we're breaking down exactly why this is happening, and more importantly, what you can do to actually thrive in 2026 and beyond. Let's get into it. So this whole thing really starts with a story about two childhood friends. Let's call them Rohan and Veer. They used to sit right next to each other in school, but their academic lives? Totally different. Rohan was literally the class topper. He scored a massive 95% in his 12th grade, cracked the IIT JEE exams, and got a seat at a top-tier IIT. Naturally, his parents and relatives were over the moon, telling him his life was completely set. Veer, on the other hand, well, he struggled. He barely scraped by with 60% in 12th grade. He couldn't even find a college that would take him, and his relatives were constantly doubting if he'd ever amount to anything. But fast forward 6 years after school, they meet up again, and the roles are totally flipped. Veer, the average student with zero college degree, is now making a massive 2.5 lakhs a month. And Rohan, the celebrated IIT graduate, he's completely unemployed. Literally no company is giving him a job. Now that brings us to section 1, degree versus the bitter truth. Because you might hear that and think, okay, that's just one crazy, isolated incident, but the bitter truth here is that Rohan's unfortunate reality is actually a nationwide crisis. The sheer scale of this problem is honestly staggering. There's a 2025 report that just came out revealing India produces around 15 lakh. That's 1.5 million engineers every single year. But out of those 15 lakh graduates, a massive 40% are left completely unemployed. Nearly half of them just cannot find a job after graduation. Now, you might be assuming, all right, but that 40% has to just be from Tier 2 or private colleges, right? Actually, scratch that. Let's shatter that myth. Another 2025 report focused exclusively on the elite IITs, and the numbers shocked everyone. Even from these ultra-competitive institutions, around 30% of students remain unemployed every year. Think about that for a second. Almost a third of the smartest, most elite graduates in the country are struggling to find work. Which naturally leads us to section 2. What is the real problem? What is actually going on here to cause such a massive disconnect between getting a prestigious degree and getting a paycheck? To find the root cause, we have to ask the people actually doing the hiring. When companies were asked point blank, why aren't you hiring these graduates? Their answer was brutally simple. They said today's graduates just have bookish knowledge. They are completely lacking in practical, modern skills. In school and college, you're just fed textbook theories, right? But nobody is teaching you the actionable skills that drive modern businesses. But here's the silver lining. If you can bridge that gap and learn those modern skills, you instantly leapfrog the competition. Before we get into exactly what those specific skills are, I want you to do a quick reality check with me. Right now, pause and check your phone's screen time settings. Seriously, look at how many hours you spend every single day just mindlessly scrolling on Instagram, watching YouTube shorts, or playing games. In fact, drop your daily screen time in the comments below. For a lot of you, it's going to say 4, 5, 6, maybe even 8 hours. And let me tell you that endless scrolling is exactly what's stopping you from learning the skills that actually pay. So I'm asking you for a vital commitment right now. I want you to trade that mindless scrolling for just 1 hour. Just 1 hour of focused learning every day for the next 6 months. If you dedicate just that 1 hour to mastering the 5 essential skills we're about to cover, I guarantee you'll be able to start earning on your own terms. Ready? Let's get into it. Moving into section 3, 2 crucial AI skills. We're diving straight into the explosive artificial intelligence sector. Because if you aren't paying attention to AI in 2026, you are leaving serious money on the table. To put the sheer size of this opportunity into perspective, think about this number. A recent 2025 report values the AI image and video generation market at over $17 million, and it's growing insanely fast. You can generate entire, high-quality videos in literally a minute without knowing a single thing about traditional video editing. If you jump into this market now, the financial upside is just huge. But how do you actually use it? Well, that is our first core skill, AI prompting. See, AI doesn't just do things on its own. It needs prompts, precise commands. If you just type a basic command like, give me a picture of a boy in a room, you're going to get a really basic, terrible image. But if you master prompting, you get incredible, hyper-realistic outputs. And mastering this unlocks massive opportunities. You can write amazing video scripts for the booming creator economy, you can run LinkedIn marketing for busy company founders, or you can even do high-level SEO, search engine optimization, for businesses, all using AI. And learning this is honestly so straightforward. Here is your 6-month roadmap. Step 1. Spend just 21 days casually chatting with basic AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. Just get familiar with them. Step 2. Go to YouTube and watch free tutorials on advanced AI prompting. Step 3. Start reaching out to content creators and business owners offering your new script writing or SEO services. Just 1 hour a day and you'll be a pro in no time. Once you get the hang of prompting, you can leverage it for our next major skill, becoming an AI website and landing page builder. Get this, there's a 15-year-old kid who recently made 1 lakh rupees just building websites. And the craziest part, he doesn't know a single line of C++, Java, or HTML. Nothing. He built the whole thing purely using AI. AI tools today can build stunning, fully functional websites in minutes. You just need to know the right stack. Start with ChatGPT to outline the structure, and then move to advanced tools like PixAI, Replit, or Lovable. Build a quick sample portfolio, and then literally just walk into local gyms or shops in your area. Pitch them a quick professional site for, say, 3,000 to 5,000 rupees. You build it in 10 minutes, they get a great digital storefront they couldn't afford otherwise. It's a total win-win for everyone. Okay, let's shift gears to Section 4, Video and Stellar Communication Skills. We've covered the tech side, but now we need to look at the creative and interpersonal skills. These are in ridiculously high demand and are pretty much immune to being automated away. This brings us to a massively lucrative trend, the rise of the wedding reel-grapher. If you've attended a wedding recently, you know couples don't just want those long traditional videos anymore. They desperately want trendy, highly edited short-form reels for their Instagram. If you have a decent phone and know basic angles, you could make a killing here. My advice? Shoot 2 or 3 local weddings for free just to build up an incredible Instagram portfolio. Once your page is active and those reels start getting views, paying clients will literally come to you. But here is the hard truth, guys. None of these technical skills matter if you don't master communication. You could be the greatest AI prompter on earth, but if you can't confidently talk to a client, you won't make a dime. You need to practice the 4 core pillars of communication for just 15 to 20 minutes a day. First, body language. Stand straight. Don't slouch. Second, hand movements. Use your hands naturally to show confidence. Third, eye contact. Always maintain it. It builds immediate trust. And fourth, the speed of speaking. Talk too fast, you seem nervous. Too slow, you sound unsure. You gotta find that perfect natural rhythm. Which brings us to Section 5, building a career with meta ads. This is honestly one of the most underrated skills out there right now, but businesses are absolutely desperate for people who know how to do it. Meta ads. Right? That's Facebook and Instagram advertising. When you're scrolling and an ad pops up for a product you were just thinking about, someone is running that on the back end. Imagine a local gym owner who wants new signups. Instead of wasting money on a random billboard, they can use meta ads to target people strictly within a 5-mile radius right on their Instagram feeds. It is incredibly aggressive, highly effective, and every brand knows they need it to survive today. Because the dashboard is a bit complex, there's a huge shortage of actual meta ads experts, but you can learn it completely for free. Step 1, spend 2 to 4 months watching comprehensive free courses on YouTube. Step 2, run a few small test ads yourself just to learn the ropes. Step 3, start pitching to local brands, shopkeepers, and gym owners. Tell them you'll run their ads to automatically bring customers to their door. Demand is sky high, experts are rare, so this skill pays incredibly well. As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to remember this core takeaway. In 2026, relying purely on bookish knowledge or a piece of paper from a university is a strategy of the past. The market has completely shifted. Your actionable, modern skills, that's your real currency now. Work on your skills, and they will absolutely work for you. Which leaves us with one final, super important question. You know exactly what's draining your time right now, and you know exactly which 5 skills can build you a high-income future. So what are you going to do with your 1 hour tomorrow? Are you going to keep endlessly scrolling, or are you going to start building your future? The choice is entirely up to you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.